Welcome everybody. Spider-Man and I just went and saw his new movie, Spider-Man Far From Home. Spider-Man, how did it feel to be so far from home?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
You know, I got to do stuff. I got to be with Mysterio and...
Yeah, we're going to say some spoilers in this review, so if you've not seen Spider-Man Far From Home, stop this video right now. I'll never say that again. Watch the movie, come back, and hit play.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Spider-Man, what'd you think about your movie?
Oh, it was very good. I like how I got a girlfriend now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
both loved the movie. I loved the movie. Basically, Spider-Man goes on a class field trip, takes place
Hey.
5 years, you know, kind of right after the events of the Avengers Endgame. So
Yeah.
some of the people, I like how they addressed how some of the people aged 5 years, some didn't. So there was a kid in their class that had grown or aged 5 years, so he was, you know, older than them now. And it was kind of funny that they kind of, I wish they touched on it a little more, but they did touch on the fact that, you know, some people, you know, when they reappeared, you know, their lives were just kind of a mess.
Also, a person on the school news said that his little brother was now older
Now
than
his big
him.
brother. That's pretty funny.
Now the big brother.
So Mysterio, I knew from the second we saw him, something was not quite all there. How'd you feel about Mysterio as a villain?
He seemed nice at first. He was talking about my school, and I don't know about some stuff.
Why did you fall for his charm?
See, I thought
You didn't realize what he was doing?
See, I thought he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, he seemed pretty nice.
I did like, you know, I mean, obviously these movies are ridiculous, you know, and I think it's funny at the end, they're like, this movie is fiction, in the credits, well, yeah, we know. But with all the drones and the projection, making everything look real, I thought it was pretty well done. I loved it, all the elementals that weren't really real, but they seemed to be the villains in the movie, but the real villain was really Mysterio. Why did you give up the Tony Stark Edith glasses to the villain, Spider-Man?
Well, because I'm only 16 years old.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
only 16.
are you happy now that you finally ended up with MJ?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sad for Ned that they broke up.
Now, what is Zendaya's last name? Why is she just Zendaya? I don't get it.
Wait, what?
Is she like Madonna? Like, come on.
Who?
Come on, girl. I mean, ain't
Wait,
that
what?
famous.
What are you talking about?
MJ's real name is Zendaya, but she has no last name like Madonna.
Oh.
Anyway, what else did you like about the movie the most? I thought the school, his teacher, they're like chaperones. Those
yeah, he's
hilarious. The both of them were hysterical. I thought Ned and his love interest were really funny. Ned didn't really do much in this movie other than kind of schmooze with his girlfriend, but I thought most of the jokes in this movie were hilarious. What'd you think, Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, they were awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you disliked about the movie?
Let me think here. Hold up, give me a second.
We're gonna jump ahead to the second end credit, where it was revealed that Nick Fury and Agent Hill were Skrulls the whole time.
What?
What was that about? And
What?
And the real Nick Fury is in space on the little Skrull spaceship.
How did he get there?
What?
How
What
did
was
he
that?
get there?
That was bizarre. I don't know what. I mean, it was kind of cool, but what was that? What was the purpose of that? But the first end credit, where they brought back Jonah Jameson from the original Spider-Man trilogy, who drops a bombshell that shows Mysterio, like at the very end, framing Peter Parker, revealing his name, saying that he's the one that killed him and he's the evil one. How is that going to play off in the next Spider-Man? Because now the world thinks he is the evil bad guy, and they all know his name.
Whoa, I am really Iron Man.
Yeah.
See, look, I actually really am Iron
Yeah.
Man.
So how did you feel when Jonah Jameson just outed you like that?
Well, in the first 3 Spider-Man movies, that was when I'm not really the actor. But he's been mean to me, and he still is.
Yeah.
Hate that guy.
What about all his classmates? Any favorites besides Ned? I think Flash is pretty funny.
Yeah, I did not mean to actually try to knock out Flash.
Yeah, why'd you punch him on the bus?
Well, he called me a D-wad, so...
Yeah, that's true. So,
yeah.
the, from what I heard, the partnership between Sony and Disney over the rights of Spider-Man has expired. So technically now, if Sony doesn't want to, they don't have to lend Spider-Man into the MCU anymore.
Okay.
Which, that could be troublesome. How do you feel about going off in your own direction and not being part of the MCU anymore?
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, we need you, Spider-Man. I mean, they've alluded to that you're going to be heading up the Avengers, so we don't want you with Venom and all that other crap. I mean, Venom was good, but we want you in the MCU. Yeah.
Wait a minute, I was created by Stan Lee, and he's created Marvel.
I know,
so,
but Marvel sold off some of their properties many years ago, and you were one of them. You're one of the casualties. Speaking of Stan Lee, Spider-Man, it was kind of sad that we did not, at least I didn't see one, any kind of Stan Lee cameo in this movie, so I guess we are officially done with those. That's...
It's the first
You know,
one.
I've met Stan Lee twice. I've done interviews with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a very nice guy. But
Wait, he's alive.
did you prefer this movie or Spider-Man Homecoming? Which one was your favorite?
Probably this one.
Yeah, they're both completely different movies. The first one is just real grounded with Vulture. It just kind of contained right there in New York. This one is like more global world domination kind of stuff. It's a lot bigger. It's kind of weird that no Avengers showed up besides, you know, like Nick Fury.
Wait, who's no Avengers?
No, like where is all the other Avengers during this ordeal? Like,
does that mean Sony?
Yeah, like
Sony did some stuff.
Like Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch. None of them could have just popped over to London and help you? No. Do you prefer Spider-Man or Night Monkey?
Well, Spider-Man, because
Yeah.
Night Monkey isn't a thing.
What's the coolest thing you can do with your new Edith glasses?
Kill people, like I nearly killed that one kid.
Yeah.
But he was gonna post a picture of me in my underwear.
Do you think you and MJ are gonna last?
Probably not, maybe. I mean, a lot of the Spider-Mans.
With Spider-Man, I will say, I laughed during this entire movie. I thought the humor was great. I thought the action was great. I thought the story was great. There wasn't too much I disliked about this movie. I mean, when they were doing the whole projection stuff a few times where Spider-Man didn't even know where he was, it was a little cuckoo.
It was so crazy. I was like, oh my god.
But
hey,
I loved it. I loved the surprises at the end in the post-credit scenes like we just talked about. I love this movie. I'm going to give this like a 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5, whatever. I loved it.
Yeah, my Peter tingle.
The Peter tingle. And Marissa Tomei, oh my god, how old is this woman? She is gorgeous. That's Aunt May.
Oh.
And her and Happy together, hilarious.
Yeah,
absolutely hilarious.
When I was like, we need to know the truth. I thought I was supposed to reveal Spider-Man.
That's why the whole movie's just hilarious. So, I can't wait till part 3. I hope you're still part of the MCU. Cross our fingers. I hope you're in the next Avenger movie whenever that is going to come about. I hope you're mixing it up with Wolverine.
Why?
Because that would be amazing. But if you've seen this movie, hopefully you have if you're watching this video, tell us what you think or you thought.
Oh, jeez.
We loved it. Peter Parker, any final thoughts?
This mask is getting very sweaty and foggy on the okay.
We will see you next time. May the adventure continue.
Like, subscribe, and blah blah blah.